Yo, what's going on, folks? It's me, Justin, and I rubbed my crystal ball. That's very accurate, and want to talk about the future of publishing content for SEO and affiliate marketing. Like writing articles or creating pages for the sole sake of driving people to those pages and getting them to click over and sign up, buy, do something that results in a transaction on the other end. That's what we're looking at, and how I see that moving forward, going into the future with what we have available today and everything like that, and then like kind of like how I'm operating my shit on this end. So let's check it out. So the current landscape. Let's identify some factors. One, the media juggernauts out there are kind of systematically destroying the independent publisher. People like you and me, uh, you and me, who are at home in their underwear, writing and publishing, or outsourcing and publishing, or crafting programs to publish pages, posts, articles, what have you. You have these really massive companies that are coming in and kind of scooping up all the low hanging fruit because they've already tapped out those big fruit at the top of the tree. Now they're looking for all the little guys stuff. Additionally, you have AI tools that are, if they're cleaned up enough, they're really indistinguishable from, uh, we'll say, manually written content. We all know the examples of like the pages that are just uh, they're the programs that are scripted to like scrape, but people also answer, and then you just pump out something. We're familiar with those. They're bad examples, but there's a lot of content that's being created with the AI tools that is not done in a scumbaggy way. It's made, and the articles and posts are created in a way that's, wow, this is actually pretty solid. This is good advice because it's been fact checked. It's amplifying and speeding up the production rate. There's also a rise in programmatic SEO. That's what I'm getting into now, with getting like a custom plugin developed, which will be done by next week. Let's go. To really take the manual portion out of creating a ton of posts and pages, um, that somebody that's manually writing articles will not be able to keep up with that production, and they're still going to compete. My pages that are going to be created, and this can be done doing like Mad Lib style, where it's just, here's a data sheet, here's like an article template, and we're just going to plug in the important information where it's needed. uh, while 80%, 85, 90% of the actual article is similar to every other post, but it's unique in that the data is what makes it special. Or programmatically creating pages, which is what I'm getting to, programmatically creating this product versus that product, alternatives to this product, products that have this feature, and just generation of pages automatically. And also, the algorithm updates happen like hourly at this point. I don't think there's been like a 30-day time period where those SEO rank tracking volatility monitors, there hasn't been a 30-day period where you haven't seen like huge spike and everybody, comes out and says, whoa, like, oh, my site gained a bunch of traffic, or my site lost a bunch of traffic. It's it's almost funny. On one of my sites, I should have included a screenshot, but there's one post. It's a calculator that every few weeks it just spikes up and gets like double traffic for 2 or 3, 4 days, and then it goes back to normal. And then a few weeks later, it does it again, and a few weeks later, it does it again. It's systematic at this point. So that's kind of the landscape. That's what we're dealing with nowadays. So the question I ask is pumping out or creating 10 to 20 articles per month enough uh, to be competitive? uh, I think, yeah, are the SEO to 1 to 5% one-off commissions viable in the long term, with algorithm updates and competition moving in? is creating content and signing up for programs that offer a very small percentage one time for one time purchase, is that if you completely stopped publishing, how long would it be before that was reduced down to, $5 or $10 per day? And then the last question is, you just want to save on keyword tools. Do you want to spend 120 to $400 or $500 per month on keyword tools? I'd like an extra $120 in my pocket every month. I still use SEMrush. It's going to sound like I'm bashing the keyword tools a little bit, but I'm really not. I use SEMrush. I'm in there probably like once a day, just checking on things, or just, I wonder what kind of search data that gets. So if you don't want to use the search tools, or you're kind of just beginning and you want to just do like the free trial, cancel, and then have all your information for years to come, here we go. So the answer to those questions is 10 to 20 articles a month enough? Kind of. Is the 1% SEO to 1 to 5% one-off commissions viable long term? Probably not. And would you want to save on keyword tools? Of course. So let's go. I'm going to kind of cover both sides here a little bit, starting with content and then moving on to the actual affiliate program. So, how to remedy the content side. What I've found and what I do now is I have a systematic approach to content creation. What I do is I find consistent topics that are related to multiple products or platforms or whatever I'm promoting, and I expand that out. So I have an example later on. It might sound convoluted and silly right now, but if I know that platform, if somebody's searching for how to record a podcast with the Sennheiser E835, I'm guessing just based off intuition, somebody's going to be looking for how to create a podcast with the Sennheiser E935 or the I forget, AT2020 something or other. You can instead of relying on the SEO tools, the keyword tools, which in reality is historical data, you go with your intuition and you just systematically create content based on what you know around one or two or three products or platforms or things you're promoting. You expand that out and you just go, all right, so for every microphone, I'm writing these 10 articles, regardless of what the tools say. These are the ones I'm writing. And you can templatize that. So in reality, you're not writing, 2,000 words of content every time. 89% of those articles are going to be the same. They're going to be the exact same. So you only have to write a few hundred words. You just have to tailor it to, that microphone in this example. So here's an example. I have examples of article ideas later on, but here's something that I've done. It was creating alternatives to pages on my site. It only had I think 15, 20 that were created. And you can see right here, they don't really get a lot of volume. There's not a lot of volume, but if you look down here, it was 10% of total traffic on this one site, but over half of total events and events being clicks through event tracking, affiliate clicks. Much more than any information based article of here's how to do XYZ on XYZ. It's here's the top 10 alternatives to X, and I didn't write anything new. It was all just summaries of other articles or other platforms that I just copied and pasted in, or really use reusable blocks. And it's not it's a duplicate content thing. No, it's not, because it is a unique piece of content. It is a unique thing that people search for. Alternatives to X. And it worked. Of course, it's a number of different pages with that. And I guess one caveat, just in this example, just for transparency's sake, because you'll notice that, 2,600 clicks and 2,700 total events. People would go on that page or those articles and they'd click on multiple. They'd click on all 10 of the alternatives, and then go explore all those. And then, when they sign up and whatever, I get the credit, blah, 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 blah. So it's not that, it's 105% per user, conversion rate. It was, some people would click on all 10, some people click on the first one. There's all kinds of, so it's not like, oh man, like, wow, they were really performing well. But they were performing. So why would you want to do this? If you're not, if the keyword data isn't there, why on earth would you waste your time trying to do this? It's, well, regardless of what the SEO tools say or what they present, people are searching for these things. I have like year plus old articles that aren't even identified like in like SEMrush as getting traffic, and they're getting 100 clicks a day, not day, like month. Like, let's be real here, like hundreds of clicks a month, but you wouldn't be able to tell that from using SEMrush or Ahrefs because they don't have that keyword data yet, because I'm like the only person talking about this, not this topic that we're talking about here, but talking about what's on the site. Additionally, depending on what kind of keyword you're going after, it's really bottom of the funnel. You're if somebody's looking for the alternatives to, let's say, the Sennheiser E835, they either have one already or they've done the research, say, okay, that's a good mic, but what are some other ones? Probably in a buying mood. If you're doing the Sennheiser E835 versus the Sennheiser E935, these people have identified what product they want to purchase. They just, or like a few products they want to purchase, they just need to see like the data lined up next to each other so they can kind of make that final decision. Okay, it's like, well, this one costs $100, that one costs $200, but this one has this audio range, that one has this one, it has dynamic, blah, 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 whatever. That's why I do like the verse articles, because at that point, when people are identifying things by name, again, I'm going to repeat the same thing, they're ready to purchase. They've done the research. They've already looked at the best, microphones for podcasting. Now they found two, and they want to see, okay, let's dial into those two. And lastly, you become the source of information for whatever your niche is. If you're going after those, who knows, phrases, who knows if somebody's searching this, like, you will know in your mind of minds, in your whatever your niche is, whatever your industry you're kind of going after, you will know whether these are viable strategies. I actually, because of all this, I'm kind of identified as, my website's like, one of the leaders in the niche it's in, and I got the New York Times in my inbox right now. Like, I'm about to have some article and quotes and all kinds of shit like that in the New York Times. Hopefully it ends up with a do follow link back to the website, and if not, that's okay. Either way, like, I'm identified as that guy, and that's pretty cool. So, getting recommended on forums that my site is, like, that's not bad. Like, when people talk about, oh, hey, what are some alternatives to X? And they go, hey, here's an article that has 15 of them. Go check that out. Stop asking this question. That's winning. So again, some examples of articles you can create kind of systematically. Alternatives to X versus Y. Is the Sennheiser E835 safe, legit, or good? Probably not safe or legit, that's in this case, but is it a good microphone? Can it be used for an action? Can the Sennheiser E835 be used for podcasting? Can the Sennheiser E835 be used for recording music? And then all you have to do is replace the Sennheiser E835 with the Sennheiser E935, good for podcasting, good for music. And you can just go down the list. Again, 80% of that article is going to be the exact same. Oh, you're looking for a microphone to record music. In this article, we're going to talk about how the E835 is good for making music. Down the line, whatever. And then how to, do X with it being the thing. How to record a podcast with the Sennheiser E835. I think every example I just gave is on the next slide. No, it's not. All right, it's a few down. But so here, I'm just going to skip to that slide. There you go. Sennheiser E835. Alternatives to the Sennheiser E835. The Sennheiser E835 or Sennheiser E935. Is it a good microphone? Can it be used for music? How to record audiobooks with this microphone? And then you swap out again. I just said all this, but I put the slides out of order. You just swap out the microphone, and most of those posts and pages will be the exact same. And again, it's not like it's duplicate content. Or doorway pages or anything like that. You are creating a unique piece of content, but it just so happens that most of the information is the exact same. So going back to these like SEMrush screenshots, just alternatives to, you will know in your niche whether this would be something you could do. If you're promoting obscure subscription boxes, that might not be the best alternatives to the lined notebook paper subscription box. No one's really searched for that, you know what I mean? But alternatives to the Sennheiser E835, that's something people would be searching for. Alternatives to SEMrush, alternatives to this audio interface that I have in front of me. It's very easy to make. These posts and pages are very easy to make because you're just summarizing other pieces and using them on that. And then when you go to the next one, you just swap out, the E895, the alternatives for E895, you swap out the E895 summary and replace it with E835. That's what it is. The verse articles, of course, that's a lot of volume. And once you get on the product level, the keyword difficulty goes down tremendously. And I think on the next slide, I do have the E835 verse. Yes. Boom. So there you go. So the E835 versus the E935, both from Sennheiser. Looking at the volume, you go, oh, that's 1,470 total volume for people looking for like E835 versus another microphone. But the difficulty is so low. Like you'd have to be, if you put up like any amount of effort into these posts, you will rank. Like you'll rank for some of them. You have to, like, it's inevitable. You're going to start getting clicks, and especially if you can do this in a way that's systematic or programmatic, in which you're not typing out the Sennheiser E835 versus the SM58. You're creating them again, either systematically or programmatically. All you have to do is populate that information, figure out that information, and then you can just either stack them. I've done it in a way where it's just like reusable blocks, summary, features of E835, feature there's the SM58, the pricing of one, the pricing of the other, and then just downline blocks. And it works. Or with this plugin that I'm having created, I'm going to have them lined up side by side, kind of like a G2 or Capterra, one of the SaaS kind of juggernauts. And same concept, except instead of I don't even know how you, not chronologically, one on top of each other, it's going to be side by side, boom, down the line, so everybody can see, like, okay, that here's the features, okay, those are features, okay, here's the pricing, which one's cheaper, okay. And it's just going to generate all these. And then as more mics get added on, it just creates all those additional pages. So low competition, not a lot of volume, but it's a systematic thing where it just adds up over time. And thirdly, the volume's not necessarily accurate. It's always inaccurate, matter of fact. So could be 110, could be 450, could be 1100 because you're also going to rank for, well, you're really going to be ranking for both of these for the same page. So yeah. So now that the content's out of the way, kind of taking a systematic or programmatic approach to content, how to remedy the earnings. So you know, when those media juggernauts come in and take over your, you know, niche, or when an algorithm updates, you know, put somebody else over you for some reason, you're like, what the hell? My site's fast, it's not scummy, like my content's good. How do you protect yourself from being a victim of SEO, really, the volatility of SEO? There's really, you know, I found 3 ways in my limited experience. The 3 ways that I have remedied that is, I find affiliate programs with recurring aspect to them, affiliate programs that allow you to quote unquote own the customer, in that it's not, hey, you send them here, or they click a link, they sign up and make a purchase. You get you get a percentage of that purchase. But now that company has that, you know, that contact information for that customer, so now they're just marketing to them, and you sent over customer, you got your 20%, and now they're taking over from there. No, it's like, no, if I'm sending you a customer, I want 20% of whatever they purchase forever. And there are programs out there. You have to search for your own. If I gave an example, I would just be like, hey, here's mine. Here's what I got going on. So that's something you have to look into yourself. I have an example of like recurring affiliate programs soon. And then exclusive programs that you have to put in some effort to get into. It's not that, hey, we're just going to allow anybody with a pulse to sign up. Anybody can sign up for Amazon. So Amazon has a lot of people promoting their stuff. Hence why they can get away with, hey, we're only doing 1 to 3% or 5% or whatever. You go to some programs where it's like, no, you have to actually like have a website with some traffic. You have to like have some credentials and some I don't know, social media followers, something. You have to provide a reason for them to allow you into their program. That raises the barrier to entry a little bit, so a lot of people won't kind of be targeting those products or platforms. You know what I mean? That might be something where, hey, this company just does not have one, like a front facing affiliate program. You have to email somebody and say, hey, listen, I'm starting this thing. I really like your product. I want to promote it. Is there some kind of deal we can work out? A pay-per-click deal, maybe maybe it is an affiliate program, but it's, you know, you guys just cut a commission check every month, and, you know, cross fingers that you guys aren't scumbags and you guys cut the check appropriately. That's how you can kind of remedy that. And I have recurring. So this is primarily for like B2B. Like these are all SaaS programs. It's a website called PartnerStack, where they have like, it's an affiliate program / a marketplace for affiliates to find new programs to promote. So if you look here, like, all right, let's see, we got 25 recurring commission on all paid subscriptions forever. Spocket, I don't know, that might be like a dropshipper thing. I'm not quite sure. Don't know. Jungle Scout, I think that's one where it's like some kind of Amazon FBA thing. Again, 20% of every recurring sale over the lifetime of a customer. Drip, which is email marketing, 50% reward of every monthly payments your client makes. Swiped on, not sure what that is. Maybe I was gonna say Tinder. 20% ongoing commissions. You know, these things are out here. And if you're in like a B2C niche and you really like, well, I can't promote software. I don't have, my audience doesn't care about software. You go, okay, well, you know, you can just go to cratejoy.com and do the subscription box thing. Like, I know like subscription boxes were like a huge thing a few years ago, but people still get them. People still like them. Like, just because it's not the gold rush, they're still people out there that are buying them. Like shit, my buddy, he gets what do you call it? He gets his dog food from Chewy, right? I don't know if they have a an affiliate program or whatever, but his dog needs some kind of special dietary food, and instead of going to PetSmart every 2 weeks, he just has Chewy deliver the food that he needs to his house, and that's it. It's kind of an automatic thing. The dog needs its food. There you go. If you're in the pets niche, maybe go look at Chewy, see if they have some kind of recurring commission program. Again, I can't reveal I don't want to talk about the own the customer kind of let's see if I can go back on this joint. Own the customer programs, just because I'd have to kind of, hey, let me open the doors to competition. And exclusive programs, again, I can't provide an example of that because, again, open the doors to competition. And that's just one of those things where, hey, you might just need to email somebody. I know like the whole SEO to affiliate marketing game is very like introverted. Like, I don't want to interact with anybody. I'd rather just, write articles and be at home. Hey, sometimes if you want to get some wins, you might have to talk to somebody on the phone and book a meeting with somebody. It sucks, but that's how shit works. So, in summary, I guess to sum this up, if I could sum this up in 2 sentences, you can read the shit. I don't need to repeat it, but I will. Do some form of keyword research and then extrapolate on the data you already have. There's no reason that you need to find a new suite of keywords for every microphone you're trying to promote. Typically what works for 1 or 2 or 3 will work for all of them. And if not immediately, over time. It might be a gamble. You might be taking a gamble with all those other posts you're creating or pages you're creating, because hey, maybe the E935, nobody likes it, but what if that becomes the new it microphone that Joe Rogan uses on his podcast, and now everybody wants that? That's what I'm banking on with all this, is regardless of how popular it is today, I'm banking on, hey, with the amount of effort I'm putting into all these posts and pages, if nothing pops off, that's fine. I already know that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 is right now. In the future, if one of these other ones goes wild, great. It's a gamble. And then next is find affiliate models that protect you from the risks of SEO. Competition moving in and taking over your SERPs, algorithm updates that for whatever reason they say, you know what, you're not worthy anymore. We're going to bump you down. We're going to put you on the second page, the graveyard, so to speak. Somebody coming in and just kind of systematically taking over your keywords. That's such a viable strategy of, let's go look at we have a domain rating or our domain authority or whatever metric you want to use is 40. Let's go find all the 20s and just take whatever keywords they're ranking for. And we're going to systematically just destroy them. It happens all the time. And, it doesn't have to be the media juggernauts doing that. It could be a guy like me that's in the bedroom with basketball shorts on, just going, you know what? I can see everything. I'm not even going to look at the keywords. I'm just going to look at the pages, see what have they written, because they're doing something right. So I'm just going to go in and just copy, not copy, literally like copy paste, but like, all right, here's the topic. The E835, is the E835 good for podcasting? Cool. Is it good for podcasting? That's the game. So I think that's it. I think that's the slideshow. Yeah. Where'd it go? We got some data entry up top here. Whew, because like I said, taking a systematic, programmatic approach moving forward. And that it's less about writing articles and more about, hey, I just got to get the information, put it in a spreadsheet, and then let it rip. So All right, thanks for watching this point. Appreciate you. Hopefully, this you got some ideas. This is one supposed to be like some. Oh, this is facts. This was more like, hey, this is kind of what's happening, and if you can protect yourself today, or start being proactively, upgrading your shit, good, until you have to. You know what I mean?